Welcome back to another live stream of a Best Ball Mania 6 draft. As always, well, not as always, but as of last stream, Nicholas is going to be ripping a pack, and it will maybe help guide us throughout our draft and break some tiebreakers. Kind of
maybe we'll
utilize
abide
the last
by it this
draft,
time.
kind of strayed from it. But
Yeah. All right. If we want to, I was going to say.
Well, let's see. Hopefully, there's like 8 people left, and you can rip it while it's loading.
Yeah. That worked out well last time. Let's see if we're lucky again.
Yeah, 5. Okay.
All right. We'll go quick here. Virtual background. Drop that. All right. So we got the 2024 Prism draft picks packs. Let's see if we can get some wisdom from the card gods here.
Pull that Caleb.
All right. We got Devontae Adams. T. Higgins.
Ooh,
Stafford,
like names already.
JSN.
Oh,
that's
a receiver
pack. Ooh, red Brett Favre. That's kind of a cool one.
So far, we're looking at a 0 RB team here.
Jeremiah Trotter, basically worthless. Not a great pack. And then we got a Chris Jenkins.
Ugh.
Jake Plummer.
Oh, Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake. One for Corey, Riley Leonard.
Ugh.
Golden Domer.
Okay, we won't be taking him.
Jonah Ellis. And then maybe with the last pick, Jalen Milroe, rookie. There you go.
So it looks like
I didn't really like that pack.
That pack kind of spoke to a 0 running back strategy, in my opinion.
A lot of mid-tier receivers.
It was like, what was it? We saw Adams, JSN.
Yeah, JSN, T. Higgins, Devontae.
TNT. So I'll try to get 2 of those. And I'm fine. I like all those receivers.
Yeah, love those guys.
All right. So using these packs as a little like random generator as to how we
I'm not sure we're gonna get Jake Plummer.
Well, it's more of just like the overall theme of the pack. And that one to me spoke. I mean, you ripped like 3 early
there's more linemen than running backs in that. Yeah. I guess the Brett Favre one's kind of cool.
Southern Miss Brett Favre?
Yeah.
No, not Southern.
I don't know. He's
yeah.
Kind of looks like Georgia Tech colors.
It's not Georgia Tech. He went to Southern Miss.
Yeah, he's a Southern Mississippi boy.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Trotter.
Oh, you try to steal money from them?
Yeah, like through the volleyball team or something, allegedly.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jake Plummer card's pretty sweet. Hollowed.
Yeah,
Jake the Snake sells mushrooms up in Oregon now. Jake Plummer does? Yeah, he's like a mushroom farmer.
Like psychedelic mushrooms?
No, I think they're functional. Like it's like all the, you know how that's kind of big right now. It's like like the lion's mane and locks you in, and focus.
I'm a little lost here.
There's like non-psychedelic functional mushrooms.
Haven't you ever had like a shiitake mushroom?
So it's a mushroom that has
supposedly
health benefits outside of just the nutrition. So like lion's mane is like supposedly like a what do they call it? It's like a focusing.
Neurotropic?
Yeah, nootropic. So it like helps you focus. And it's like a big wave industry right now. Caffeine alternative. Yeah. Yeah, you never heard of like mushroom coffee?
I've heard of like Zen pouches.
Very different. This is like supposed to be like totally clean, no BS, no addictive.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like you could buy it in grocery. Like there's like 100 products in Whole Foods that have
mushroom coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, so for people who want to like not do caffeine or don't enjoy caffeine or coffee.
Nick's laptop needs a little mushroom coffee. It's always lagging out over there.
Unreal. Two days in a row. This is crazy.
All right. Well, crazy. It's like 40 degrees in this basement. I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to be like shivering this draft. What is going on?
It's May 22nd, and 50 degrees out there right now. What is going on?
54? It's only 54 degrees. But with the wind, it feels like it's in the 40s, meaning my basement is it's probably
Very windy down there.
Here.
It's very windy in your basement.
No, I'm saying it probably cools. It probably cools down the house though.
No, it's underground. That's why it's cold. The ground's cold.
And yeah, that too.
All right, so we don't have to talk about the weather. Do you guys want to try to just rip another pack?
Oh, we have one.
Yeah,
person.
this is taking a while.
But
yeah.
I mean, I guess
Bring it back up. We got one more. I'll pull it back.
You gotta rip this one quick. But
all right, we'll go
right now, the draft strategy is 0 running back. That's what the pack said.
0 RB for sure.
But we'll
see. All RBs now.
All right. Starting off with Josh Jacobs.
Right off the rip.
Vince Young, love that.
That's the USC game, it looks like.
Adrian Peterson.
Oh,
Tebow. Red Tim Tebow. That's pretty sweet. Michael Pratt, new recruit. I don't even know who that is.
Fabulous. We got
Javon Bullard. Malachi Corley. Absolute bust of last year. Sam Hartman, though. Brock Bowers, rookie.
Okay.
And Miles Cole.
The Brock Bowers is for sure the best one you got. But
yeah.
What kind of was it? Anything special? Was it like a red flare, whatever you call it?
Red ice.
It was a red ice?
It was not. It would have been better if it was, but
all right. Well, this looks like it's leading us to hopefully Chase. But what would we do? Would we skip out on Saquon to take Jefferson or something?
0 RB.
If we're going 0 RB.
Yeah.
I think we could just maybe tee up T Higgins in the second round and still get Saquon.
T, JSN, Adams, got to get one of them. That's what the pack was saying. So
it's the pack.
T or JSN.
We strayed away from the pack yesterday.
Yeah, and I feel like the packs are probably actually a good thing to use for like randomizing how you draft and getting a mix of teams.
I mean, if we're putting down 150 of them, when you can't do the same thing every time.
All right, well.
So, Jefferson or Saquon?
All right, put your vote in, Corey.
Saquon.
Nick?
Saquon.
Yeah.
Well, we'll try to.
Go hero. We could go hero RB.
We're already modifying.
We got the last pack was running back. The first 2 picks.
Yeah.
The first 2 card pulls.
Yeah. Last draft, we had a perfectly set up for a Jaguars team, and we messed that up.
Straight.
No, it's okay. We can go hero RB here.
All right, yeah, we have to. We can't go like another running back, and after we rip packs, saying we're gonna help use them as guidance.
Yeah, we can get T Higgins. We can get.
I'm sure Higgins and JSN.
I'm very confident. Like T or T, JSN, Devonta, like we're gonna be able to get 2 of them. I think.
Yeah, we're okay. We're not straying away.
How about Bijan at 3?
That seems normal. His ADP is like 3 or 4.
I don't know.
I see Jefferson.
People are sleeping on Jefferson and Lamb this year.
What?
I think people are sleeping a little bit on Jefferson and Lamb.
How are they sleeping on him? They're the 4th and 5th overall picks.
Because they're never going 1 or 2.
That's not sleeping though. Like sleeping to me would be like I'm
snoozing
trying to think,
on
like,
them.
Christian McCaffrey is like
a quick nap.
An example of like a player that people would call elite. That's going like round 2, end of round 1. That people could be like sleeping on. Like but I mean I don't know. Jefferson and Lamb are top 5 picks.
I just think they should be.
So should you sleep on Chase? Who should you sleep on? Saquon?
No, I don't know.
Okay, then they're not being. They're just.
To me, there's like
appropriately
four
priced.
top. To me, it's like Chase, Jefferson, Lamb, and Saquon are tier 1.
Right. I think that top 5.
It's interchangeable.
Yeah, I just don't like Bijan at 3. I guess.
You think you should go later?
I think you should go 5.
Oh, okay. So you just think the receivers are a little better.
Yeah.
I just don't think slept on to me is like, I don't know. I'm not a believer in Christian McCaffrey, but I could see people being like, I'm gonna have 70% or not 70, maybe like 60% McCaffrey because I'm always gonna be able to get him the late half of the first every time I'm picking. And you could be like, you're sleeping on him because he's the best running back and he's healthy or something.
But he's not.
I will be sleeping on Christian.
Oh, you and I made the same face.
What?
I was reading this an open 3.
Need Nasty Nas to pick it up.
Yeah, come on.
All right, so we can go TJSN here, hopefully.
That's
the plan.
Ideal.
That would be following the pack to a T.
Yes, pretty much.
No pun intended, right?
Right. Easy money 04. You think Kevin Durant's in our draft?
Could be.
Gilbert Arenas does get in the draft sometimes.
Wasn't he at the Puppy Bowl you were at?
Yeah, he was at the NBA Dog Bowl.
The Dog Bowl, yeah.
We were sitting at his my group was sitting at his like table on the day that we watched the games on, I think it was Saturday. He was like we just ended up at his table with Nick Young and Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas was just like on his laptop streaming the entire time though.
Yeah, didn't he stream for like 5 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just in the corner on his laptop the whole time, and then Nick Young was he was just watching on the other side of the table. He wasn't on his computer.
No.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Hoopers.
So you didn't challenge him to a one-on-one game?
No.
Well,
I'm still kind of like Terry McLaurin.
Yeah,
Terry or Garrett Wilson.
I'm good with any of those receivers. Not as into Tyreek, but Garrett Wilson, Marv.
We can go Terry because we haven't done a
Jay
McDaniels. Yeah, Jaden McDaniels.
Terry. Whereas Jaden goes, 42? The next pick would be 47.
Probably not.
Probably won't get there.
Yeah. I've seen it happen, but
because he's just got receivers that go after him too.
Right. But I do see it happen, like when the Terry drafter takes him around here. People that don't have Terry just like let him go, and then you can get him. Because his ADP is what, like 42?
42, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, and then we all have talked about how Burrow goes pretty damn high.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch Burrow till the round after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a pocket passer, it's too high. No matter how good he is.
Where does Debo fall these days?
60, like 4 or something. 6.
You think he could get back to old Debo?
I think he'll have a few of those like Debo weeks, but I don't think it's going to be like Debo where like he would go on those like 4-game stretches where it's just like
no one can tackle him for 4 games straight.
Yeah, like those. I don't think that, but he does feel like a type of guy that like in the fantasy playoffs, like you would be nervous of Debo having one of those like explosion games because he's capable of it, in my opinion.
Yeah. High ceiling guy.
Yeah. He also has so much less target competition. Like it's just going to be him and Terry.
Pretty much.
Austin Eckler backfield.
Yeah. And Ertz, like 39-year-old Ertz.
Yeah.
I feel like he's not gonna have much left this year.
Ertz.
Yeah,
He's just playing that Mitt Ven.
I think it's probably a Ben Sinnott.
What did they take him in like the 3rd round, 4th round last year?
Something like that.
Use decent capital on him.
yeah. I think Ertz.
He's the 53rd pick.
Yeah, I mean they did the 2nd round.
Yeah, 2nd round.
Ben's not
late 2nd round, but
how old is he?
He's
21.
23.
He is
25 is the breakout age for tight ends.
Yep.
Excluding Brock Bowers.
Excluding
and Kyle Pitts
Sam
rookie year when he
Laporta.
was like, and Kyle Pitts like 19-year-old Kyle Pitts.
He was 19 years old, but
Well, he's gonna have to wait 3 more years. Is that what you're saying? Because he's had 3 terrible years since his rookie year.
Well, he was in. I'm saying in his rookie year he crushed. Is what I'm saying.
He did, and then did a whole lot of nothing.
yeah.
But we'll see now. I mean, now he's
Said it last year.
well.
He
Michael
did score a
Penix,
touchdown last
Kirk
year.
Cousins was horrible.
he touchdown.
A single touchdown. Yeah,
Kirk Cousins was awful.
he was
Kirk
not.
was very bad.
Well, I
not
would
the
go
same
actually.
Kirk
Let's
Cousins.
go look up Kyle Pitts stats towards the end of the year when Michael Penix was there. I'm curious to see how he ended. I guarantee it was way better than when Kirk was there. I know London was crushing.
Yeah,
Look, Jaden Daniels might just.
Why'd you say it?
yeah.
What do you mean?
Come on,
Why
man.
not?
Why'd you say it?
Why'd you say it?
Unbelievable.
God, you're the worst.
PB,
Like
you just jinxed us so bad.
dude, he's the absolute worst about jinxing everything.
Corey,
Mush.
I can't
Such
stand
a
the
mush.
jinxing argument.
God, you're so.
I'm
annoying.
good with Devonta.
Yeah, that's fine. Or
Would you want to go Devonta and then get Hurts for the whole Eagle stack?
yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, I guess the push is back on. So
Get like a guaranteed 5 touchdowns, 4 or 5 touchdowns every week rushing.
remember I said that last year, and you were like, "Nope, there's no correlation." And it paid
No.
off
I
so
said
good.
that. What round was Hurts going in last year?
Well, I remember
Like
Saquon
fourth,
was
maybe?
not even going in the first, and I was like,
Saquon was a 2nd round pick, but
Yeah.
Hurts was going way earlier than pick 50.
I was literally all in on Saquon last year.
It was like right next to Lamar last year. Hurts was.
Yeah, I thought he was like late third, early 4th last year.
So to me, there's a little bit of a difference between 3rd round and 5th round draft capital. And Devonta Smith was going in like round 2.
True.
What's up, Ben?
Benster.
You know Ben, Corey?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're doing the best Ball Mania. $25 30-second one.
So not
whole
really
lot
any
with Penix.
different.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
Well, his
He
touchdown.
did get his 1 touchdown.
No, he had 2 against Tampa Bay, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
don't just
I
take
think we're
those
still
away
waiting
from
for a stat correction to come in on that one. That doesn't seem right.
Okay.
You remember when you thought you beat Frankie in fantasy playoffs a couple years ago, and there was a stat correction?
That was awful. Wasn't it like defensive stat
It was
correction?
a defensive touchdown they didn't add on.
But I knew that. It wasn't like I
Nah.
thought I knew once that defensive touchdown
No,
was
you
scored,
didn't.
like, I
You
lost.
didn't know. You were celebrating.
That's a tough beat.
I didn't think so. I don't
That
think so.
correction on a defensive player.
Almost as tough as the DeMar bad beat that Nick had, the year before?
Oh, with the field goal?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Oh
tough.
my gosh, the one where he
That
thought
was the Super Bowl.
you thought what's his face for the Bills?
The kicker, was it Tyler Bass?
Yeah.
That was the game
Big ball
DeMar
bat.
Hamlin died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you thought that the kicker was going to score I think it was like 18 fantasy points.
No, it wasn't that
And-
many. It was
What?
like 15. It was like 15.
Okay,
was a little
15
more
fantasy
reasonable.
points,
It was
but
a
we had
lot. It
already
was more-
gotten through like over a quarter of football, and you still needed that. And they were playing from behind, I believe.
You
The
just
Bengals
never
were
know.
winning.
Overtime. He could have hit a 50-yarder in overtime.
You thought
and
you thought you deserved an even split of first place when that happened. I was like, absolutely not.
I didn't get to play all the players. Like
The fact that you thought you
I was
deserved
completely
an even
robbed.
split.
If anyone else was commissioner, they would have had a better resolution. But you just wanted to take it out against me. You couldn't handle me winning your league.
No, Chris deserved that championship.
Tyler Bass was great that year. Number 1 kicker.
Tyler Bass, yeah. I don't think he had hit in that score like once all year, but you deserve 50% of the payout. What did Ben say here? Can you pull that comment up? I want to start streaming this summer. I was hoping to get all set by the NFL draft to start, but I'm having a lot of trouble getting it figured out. I don't got a desktop, just a old shitty laptop. Well, Ben, really, isn't it all you need is like a StreamYard account, which is
Yep.
And an old shitty laptop. You're good.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
You don't need any fancy cameras or
as long as your webcam works.
Yeah.
And because like the StreamYard, the logo might be on there if it's free.
Yeah, they have branding on there, and you can, I think, only stream to maybe one other channel. So like only YouTube or only Twitter.
Which most people that stream only do YouTube anyway.
You can also live stream from YouTube. We use StreamYard because we stream to Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
Right.
And that's true.
389 total drafts. Yeah, I gotta get StreamYard. Yeah, that's a lot of drafts.
Wow.
Where do we want to go here? We're up next. Boys.
Oh, you're right. We gotta think here.
Judy,
okay.
Myers.
My vote would be Judy for sure here.
I'm gonna vote Travion.
I think Judy's like the clear wide receiver 1 on that team. Like, how does he not just get peppered?
I'd rather go Judy because then we'll still have a look at one of these 3 running backs if we want them.
That's true.
And I like all 3 of these guys.
Yeah, Judy and Jacoby, there's a tier break in my opinion after those 2. And I'm more fine with having one of Caleb Johnson or Judkins.
Nick, how much of a split do we think Judkins is going to be in?
I think he's getting a lot of playing time.
I think they're just going to feed the hot hand. I mean, Dylan Sampson was also incredible in college, so
yeah.
I don't think Judkins is like walking in just like complete.
I say Caleb Johnson.
I'll vote Jacoby, but I'm fine with Caleb Johnson.
I like Caleb Johnson.
Yeah. Let's go Caleb here.
Yeah, Judy is a little bit undervalued. I understand they don't have a quarterback right now, but I mean,
we have 4 QBs. What are you talking?
Yeah,
about?
what do you, Corey? They have so many QBs. I don't think that's an issue there.
We're going to be the first team to run a split backfield, but we're going to have 2 QBs out there.
Well, you know what? If you and your Brownies want to do that, that's totally fine. But I mean, Judy exploded with basically deep balls from Jameis Winston. Like, there's no Jameis Winston there. I mean, it's going to be rotating quarterbacks. He's got I don't know.
It's just like they're going to be playing from behind like every game, and so they're going to have to throw.
I don't know that we're going to be behind from every game.
I mean,
because
pretty much every game. I would imagine you guys are just trying to throw shit at the wall and try to keep up. Like,
I think he's the obvious target share leader on the team in the 6th
clear
round.
target leader.
Yeah. Whereas, like, I know you're obsessed with Jacoby Myers. I think Brock Bowers is probably the target share leader there.
Yes, but the difference I like Judy more than Jacoby. I said that. That's why.
Yeah.
But I think there's in fantasy as a whole this year, I think there is a little bit of a tier break after Jacoby in drafts. If I was confident about Diggs, maybe I would say after Diggs, but with the injury, I'm not as confident. But Jacoby still has a better quarterback. Like, so that even though he's the wide receiver, he's the wide receiver 1 with the second target on his offense. To me, with Geno, that still kind of makes up for what the Browns lack at quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, Jacoby was one of those like perfect under the radar guys. Not a flashy name, but like really high floor.
Yeah.
He gets so many targets.
Yeah.
A Gibbs London JSN start. I'm trying to imagine.
So he's probably at like the
that would be pretty, because that would be like Gibbs at 5 or 6, London,
and then he got
18, 19, and then JSN
fell a couple.
Yeah, so he got like kind of.
Are you in our draft? Did you steal JSN from us?
No.
Oh no, he's not in because he has.
That is a nice start.
Yeah, he's like, he saw.
Yeah, I love that start. I love London. I love JSN. Gibbs is obviously.
It's at 10.
What? Gibbs it? So that means you're gonna get an incredible 4th round pick to go with
Gibbs
that.
Gibbs. That's so awesome.
That's wild.
And that means JSN like fell to like 35 or something, 34.
Are you in one of those rigged lobbies with?
Is this a DraftKings? Is this DraftKings? I saw like DraftKings is legitimately just
the best
ridiculous. Yeah, go draft on DraftKings if you want just some expected value, because
Lamar Gibbs, London JSN is a hell of a squad.
Was it underdog? Was it a puppy?
He said draft. So, I mean, he didn't say what platform it was on.
Yeah. Oh, look at Scatabo, just won 93.
God, that's
I didn't realize you posted our Twitters. Yeah, Nick is probably, or Alex, do you post anything really on Twitter?
I haven't been recently, but I will more as the season goes. We're on the clock here, though.
95. I mean, I'll go for
I'd say Pacheco
or Burden.
I'd say Pacheco, then we're done at running back for
a
while, and we can get tight end. We can get Goddard hasn't been traded.
The next round in tight ends, I think, is.
Well, I'm gonna vote Burden or Trey Harris at 98.
I like Trey.
I mean, we do get a little bit of a 7-pick ADP value with Burden, but
I think Trey Harris might actually do better than Luther Burden because.
No, I agree. I do think that's very possible.
I mean, he has a better quarterback.
I think Burden has a higher ceiling, but has more risk of busting.
Yeah.
Well, Quentin Johnson's not going to be.
Josh Palmer's gone. He went to the Bills, I think, right?
Yeah.
Ben, yes, that is Patrick Barnes, YouTube.
Yeah, he also said puppy on underdog. Nick, you want to rip an?
I wonder how he knows of Patrick Barnes YouTube,
because he went to your
You want me to rip a pack?
Oh, were you at the
This will be the last one.
Last one. Should we do it now or wait till
Ben? Were you at the Dog Bowl? I'm just blanking on what your username is. What's your underdog username? Oh, you're ripping another pack?
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of men of Michigan, Jim Harbaugh to start.
Oh, Colts legend.
OBJ. Oh, we got an auto Jalen Polk.
There you go.
That's your first one.
Micah Parsons.
Just put your finger right on the autograph.
Yeah. Drew Brees. There you go, PB. Oh, what is that? Arch Manning. Let's go.
That's actually cool.
Yeah. Aramis Mims, Jalen McMillan, Jalen Ford, Rook, or Horo. Well, that's
what
a sweet
were
pack.
Players that we could draft? I only heard
Arch Manning.
Yeah, wait, hang on. I'll put
Just sleep, Nick.
That's a good one.
And he's carrying the American flag.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty.
I might just
throw
put
that in a
wall.
sleeve.
What's that card, Nick?
That's
Jalen Polk auto.
Oh, there's some autos in there?
Yeah.
I think there's only one, right?
Right? Yeah, I mean, it's random, so.
That's weird. There's an Arch Manning in there in an NFL pack.
Well, it's the rookies, so.
Right, but Arch Manning's not a rookie.
Instant impact. I mean, they're just hyping him up because he's going to be the #1 pick next year.
Yeah, I mean, future Saints quarterback.
So Drew Brees, that was probably the best pack by far. Micah Parsons, Drew Brees, Red Ice.
I watched you drafted a BBM with you this morning. Was I in a BBM with Pete? I'm gonna have to check your team now. I don't remember.
He said he watched.
He watched one that Pete was streaming.
Yeah, I talked with Pete at the both dog bowls. Ben, I'm gonna check what your team was this morning here.
He wasn't in the for the.
He said he was he drafted a BBM with me this morning.
Oh.
He mentions you often. What does he say? what does he say?
He's a degenerate fuck that's taking my players. Probably something along that line.
I mean, during the daily games, like, because I draft throughout the week, like, I definitely am in a lot of drafts with him. But, like, surprised y'all aren't. Yeah, I'm not really in on Jaden Higgins. And I remember Andy B from last year.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta find Ben. Was I in a BBM? I don't see your username here. Maybe it was a puppy.
Oh yeah, I'm not pulling that comment up.
Yeah, please don't. I don't need to see that.
I don't remember much. He calls you sharp.
No,
that's good.
No, that says fish, PB. Don't worry.
Ben, we don't.
He must have been talking about the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Ben.
PB sharp. I don't know.
All right.
He's not the sharpest tool in the
shed. Okay. It was a puppy draft.
Yeah.
That I drafted with him this morning. Let's see your team here.
Hang on, we're up
next here. So let's get these 2 picks in, and then you can pull it up.
Where's
I'll go ahead and say a tight end here. I'm fine with Loveland. Or
I like Tyler Warren better.
I would say Loveland, ETN, or Justin Herbert. I guess we can get Herbert with our next pick.
Yeah. I like Warren better than Lone. You guys can vote on it, though.
I have a feeling I know where Corey's going.
I don't know.
I prefer, in fantasy, for sure, Loveland. He's just so much more of a receiver than Warren. Warren's going to get used, I feel like.
On the goal line. Running touchdowns.
I guess, yeah, I mean, but.
All right,
I think Warren could be top 2 in target share on that team. Whereas Loveland's
he's top 3 because Downs and Pittman are clearly ahead of Warren. And if Richardson is playing, if you told me Daniel Jones was playing most of the year, fine, I get Tyler Warren over Loveland. But if it's Richardson all year, he's
also
the third target in that offense.
Not a bad tight end.
No, I love Tyler Warren as a prospect, but in his rookie year, being the third target for Anthony Richardson in a run-heavy offense, I'd way rather have Colston Loveland, which should be extremely pass-heavy.
You just love.
Do you think Luther Burden or Colston Loveland are going to have more targets this year?
I think either way, whether he's the 4th or 3rd option, the pass volume alone from a much better quarterback is worth it. Like so much of tight end production is going to be touchdowns, and I'm way more confident Loveland with Caleb would score more touchdowns than Warren with Richardson. Okay, I have pulled Ben Haskell's team up in the puppy. He has Kyler, Stroud, and Tua as his quarterbacks, Breece, Mixon, Javonte, Marshawn Lloyd, and Ollie Gordon. Interesting last round pick there. And then Neighbors, Tyreek, Marvin Harrison, Judy, Jaden Reed, Pittman, Jalen Noel, and Michael Wilson. So your receiver room is pretty stacked.
Yeah.
And then Njoku and Jatavian Sanders, pretty weak tight end room, but obviously it's the tight end position. But you got like double stacks with Kyler. You got a triple stack with Stroud and Tua. You got a triple stack. Oh, that's why you went Ollie Gordon. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a very correlated team there. But Ollie Gordon to me is just like, I'm trying to think if I would reach for the correlation there just because I think Jalen Wright's clearly ahead of him. It's just like I think there's other better running back choices in the last round for like, yeah, well, Will Shipley's gonna not be there in the 18th round. He should be like a 15th round pick.
They were talking today, the Dolphins OC, about how much of a split backfield they're going to be this year. Sounds like Wright's going to get a lot more opportunities.
I mean, dude, when he was in last year, he was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think Achane it's going to be like a
60-40,
65-35-ish. But then you add in Achane's some of that injury risk.
Right.
Yeah, and Jalen Wright goes at like pick 180 something. I think he's a great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely try to get as much Jalen Wright as I can. I think just a high-octane offense when they're flying or score points. I mean, anyone on that team can have a multi-touchdown game.
I sniped Schultz. Oh, you got to see what my team is. Oh, I did. I did kind of do something weird. I had Josh Allen and Lawrence, but I added Geno on it. And I have 3 tight ends, 3 quarterback, 3 tight end. Still a good team though. I do need to balance more with Wright. I just think Ollie had a bad year. Yeah, I mean, I get it. If you're gonna do it like on a correlated team with Tua or something. But I just think it's such a thin path to like finding playing time.
Is either a Goddard.
Oh yeah, Goddard makes sense.
Yeah, I would for sure go Goddard here. Well, this guy has 2 tight ends after us. I would maybe go Jaden Blue actually.
Jaden Blue. We did just get our.
Oh man, he's got to figure that one out.
Yeah,
Nicholas.
What did he say? It's his laptop that gives him issues.
Apparently, it's just your laptop.
So Ben, you might need a better laptop. Actually,
it might have to go from shitty to average laptop.
I don't understand it.
Interesting. You're fading Achane, dude. Too small. I like right. Okay, I mean, I guess if you're in the camp that like Achane just can't stay healthy, then you're just banking on Wright and Ollie. But I would for sure be in a lot more on Wright if you're fading Achane.
Yeah.
That's kind of my theory. I'm fading CMC, so I'm really heavy on Garendo and Jordan James right now. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Achane, in my opinion, I'm not fading Achane. His upside is just way too high for me. And he doesn't have any like severe injury history or like an injury he's currently dealing with like CMC is.
Nasri said nah.
Drafted a nice, well-rounded squad here.
Right. This might be one of our.
I like this one a lot.
Squads.
You got 5 more picks.
Oh no, Wallace came for the Thunder. Not good.
He went off.
I got him on my one team.
The fade was looking so strong.
It was looking good, and And I told myself that I would have played him, but I don't know how I would have. I mean, I had him in there and I took him out.
I'm in 3,000th place right now in the main tournament.
You know what? That screenshot will probably go up on my wall from yesterday, being in first place, winning 18,000
for a few minutes.
Yeah, it was great.
I mixed.
Was it after the first basket?
No, it was after the first quarter. Give me some, or it was. It's probably halfway through the first quarter.
You want to pull up that comment? I mix Achane in the 20s. I got him ranked behind JT and McBride. See, I would for sure have Achane ahead of McBride. I can understand JT maybe, but Blanky trying to get
Blanket.
Oh. I was like, who's? I'm like, I tried not to say anything for a second, so I didn't look like an idiot. I'm like, who's Blanky?
You're not drafting Blanky this year?
Fully out on Blanky.
Yeah, McBride I do like, but I think his ADP is actually just like too high for me. Maybe I'm a little more into him on DraftKings, but Underdog, it's extremely hard for me to draft a lot of McBride. Blanky's a steal, man. He can just break the game. The first name I thought of was Blankenship, the kicker.
Oh, Rodrigo, Hot Rod.
Yeah, Hot
Rod.
Dude,
Rod
he's still in the UFL right now.
I was like, we can draft Blankenship
with the goggle and his Legos, right? Wasn't he the Lego guy?
Yeah, I think he has a sponsorship with Legos. If he doesn't, he should.
Yeah.
His Instagram's fun to watch if you have 15 minutes on the shitter. So on his videos. Today I'm going to this toy store in bumfuck Egypt. Let's see what I can find.
Actually?
Yeah. He goes to like random toys.
What?
Yeah.
Is it always Legos? Does he always just find
Lego? No, he collects like other like weird, not weird, but like Star Wars stuff and Avengers stuff that you can find.
Okay. So
he doesn't play football anymore, right? I thought he played for like the UFL.
Yeah, he's on the UFL. He's on the St. Louis Battlehawks, I think. He's actually crushing it because every time he'll repost like his he'll break down his analysis of him kicking every game.
Is he just nailing these kicks too?
Yeah.
Wait, is it the indoor football league?
No.
Yeah. No, the UFL is
United.
It has like some legit. It has like some of these like Kellen Mond, like some of these NFL players that didn't make it and have gone there.
They're trying to get basically it's just like spring training for these guys.
They have some fun, like they have like the 3-point conversion. The NFL adopted their kickoff,
which sucked.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
Andy, you want to pull up Andy's comment and then Ben's. McBride playing the Bengals championship makes him a lot more enticing. Yeah, I get it if you have that 101 or spot and you get like Chase T McBride, you get that at the 2-3 turn. But other than that, I'm not too into it. And then Ben said, I need to catch more of y'all streams. Love how personal it feels. That y'all still interacting. We appreciate it, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
And shouts out to
this
Toa
is a good time to shout out Toa. 805. What's what area code's 805?
I think it's
California Central Coast, Santa Barbara, Ventura.
I'd say we take. Oh God, it's kind of a weird strain.
167. Oh man,
we probably need some.
I'm gonna vote Brenton Strange again. I'm gonna go right back to Brenton Strange.
3 tight end set.
Yeah, I think 3 tight ends make sense on this team. Although I guess with this guy taking 3, we could have waited. But what other running backs are here? Oh, okay. So.
Right.
I think we need some receivers.
I would say Jalen Wright or Will Shipley.
I mean, the only receivers in this. Yeah, there's no receivers in this range.
Yeah, we can wait on receiver because we got them early, and this is kind of a dead zone ish.
Yeah,
and it's where the last like good 0 running back candidates are.
We've been talking about Jalen Wright this entire stream.
I was going to say Jalen Wright.
And there you go.
My vote is Will Shipley, and we have her. Oh, we have Saquon. Never mind.
Yeah,
I guess we can take Roschon then.
Alex, why do you think he's going to be the starting running back?
I think with the improved line, Ben Johnson, I think he's going to have a similar role to that David Montgomery, and that Swift is going to be more of like the pass catcher kind of
type.
Scat back. Yeah.
I don't know. Ben Johnson's the guy who sent DeAndre Swift out of town for like a 4th-round pick.
Exactly. So more Roschon points there then.
Yeah, I actually haven't drafted much of Roschon at all. So, and I can see if I knew the Bears weren't going to sign anyone, I would draft way more Roschon, like way more. But I just have this feeling the Bears are going to sign someone.
Yeah.
So I guess it's nice to sprinkle in him sometimes.
Like a Nick Chubb.
If it was Nick Chubb, then I would still draft. I would actually just draft a lot of Roschon because I think Roschon is probably he's better than Nick Chubb at this point.
You clearly haven't been watching his rehab workout videos like Nick has.
The classic rehab.
Although I think my
jump back at full
a little bit faster than his. So
Ben,
not saying I have his power, but
Ben, you're a varsity running back freshman year. Did you get offers to play in college if you were varsity as a freshman?
Wait, what'd you say?
No, I think he's talking about Toa.
He's talking about Tawa.
Today, Junior.
No, he said that's how it's pronounced. Tawa. So,
bro, okay. My dyslexia kicked in. Sorry.
Yeah, Corey, your dyslexia has acted up last 2 streams.
Hey, it's a real disease. I'll tell you.
Mentioned on every podcast.
It should just be in your bio at this point.
Damn, Corey, I thought you might have shaken it off this week.
I did.
Is there like medication for dyslexia? No. The letters just start.
It does.
Rearranging themselves.
All right, Mr. Lazy Eye. You look at.
Okay.
We're just gonna start. You're just gonna be over there reading things backwards. I'm over here with one eye out that way.
Play college tennis.
There you go. Shout out to Toa.
Tawa.
I mean, ain't no cathedral, but hey,
What is though? What is? You said it ain't no cathedral. I said,
Lone Park.
What is?
They ain't.
All right. What are we looking at? Well, let's see our roster here for a sec. All right. We're done at quarterback. 1, 2, 3. We could be done at running back. Maybe if there's something there. We need some receivers, at least 2 more.
We're done.
So 2 receivers and a running back. Maybe 3 receivers.
What are we looking for a receiver in these late rounds? Are we looking for game busters for like once or twice a week or once or twice a season?
How much?
Because if we're just taking for home run shots here, I mean, I got mine lined up.
Who's that?
Oh gosh, it's a Colt for sure.
He just got drafted.
No, not him.
Not DJ.
No, we're talking about receivers.
Well,
we're good on running backs, right?
No, well, let me see let me see our receivers again. Decide if we should be 7 or 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 7 or 8 receiver team. It's just the receivers are so dead. I think I'd rather get 1 more running back and 2 receivers. My vote for receivers are the following: Slayton, 2-2. And can you scroll down more? Who's our? We have Herbert, Houston, Philly, Buffalo,
Mike Will,
Diami Brown.
So we taking we're going to Slayton here.
I mean, I'm good with Slayton here. I mean, he's when I was talking about looking for receivers that get paid a ton at the end of drafts, like to me that speaks volumes. The only other one besides Diami Brown would be Darius Slayton. That kind of got a bag.
I'm throwing my hat in the ring for Alec Pierce. Just throwing it out there.
Isn't he gone? Yeah, he was 170.
Why did
running backs again?
He was undrafted.
What?
Why did I think he was an undrafted guy?
Maybe I think we go a running back at 194 and then a receiver with our last pick. And my vote would be Jarquez or Corum. Woody Marks does make sense because we do have Herbert. I believe they play each other week 17.
Yeah, but I mean,
Jarquez obviously has, to me, way more upside. But if he's gone, to me, then it's just a correlate. Okay, well, Woody Marks went. Yeah, so Jarquez or Corum here.
I feel like Corum. I feel like he's going to be in the system again. I know he didn't get a lot of playing time, but
I mix and match them. But usually, Jarquez has gone first. I do. I mean, they drafted Jarquez, I think, for a reason.
No, I get it. I mean, they're interchangeable. Just go by preference, I guess. I mean, yeah, they drafted, but they used draft capital on Blake Corum too.
Yeah, they drafted Corum earlier, actually. But it's like, why did you draft another one? And they didn't really.
Like you can't have too many running backs, especially if your number one goes down and then you just go by committee.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it spoke like I don't think they like hiring that much, but
talk about overdrafted last year. Dude.
Yeah, I've been mixing Jarquez and Corum. I just like have this. I'm just like have a slight lean towards Jarquez right now. It says, "Are y'all doing another draft?" I'd love to hop in one with y'all. We can do a 20-second to keep it short if y'all want. Well, we all or three of us have kids, and it's really late. Corey, well, it's still 10 for you, right?
I'm still in Chicago.
Okay, well,
I'm not down in Florida yet.
With work tomorrow and stuff, it's like it's already like pushing it, especially when Corey goes back to Florida and it's like 11 p.m. when we end. Maybe there's gonna be some times where we can do a 20-second one after, but
we have discussed a 24-hour stream.
Yeah. Obviously, that has been in discussions.
Obviously, that's not with all four of us at the same time, but
you have to run shifts. I think most. Well, I guess with the kids, that would be the one. I was gonna say like if we do like a Saturday into Sunday.
Yeah, I was thinking it would have to be Friday into Saturday or Saturday into Sunday.
Like Friday, we do our last draft as like the 24th hour, like when we would normally be streaming at.
Did you all see or hear about the PPR Tyler 24? No, I didn't know there was one. I thought we were like going to be innovators on that front.
TM.
Pioneers.
I mean, yeah. I mean, usually when you think of something, it's probably already been done, but especially something like a 24-hour stream. But did he do it solo? Like that's impressive. If you can do a 24-hour stream by yourself
sanity
and not just be like a zombie the whole time. I mean, you'd have to be by hour like 14.
Woke up in the morning, went to work, had a full like 10 to 12 hour day, then started a 24-hour stream, did pre-workout just a few hours into it.
10 to 12-hour day, then started 24.
Just slamming C4 to stay awake.
Skins.
Yes, but solo for half. That's commitment right there. Luckily, that's 4 of us, so we can kind of like rotate it through, so it'd be easier.
We could all get at least a little bit of sleep.
Yeah.
And time with our families.
Yeah, the wife would be so excited if I told her, "Hey, see, let me lock myself in my room down here. Keep Harper away from me.
Just keep bringing me Coors Lights. All right, thanks, babe.
A beer for every draft too.
I'll see you tomorrow."
What would it take? Like sometimes I think about like, what do you think it would take to do for them to get you to like be like, I'm doing this, not making any money. It's just for our entertainment and for this thing we're trying to build. But like, what do you think you'd have to do in return? Give them a full day?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, spa package might be in order.
Spa package. Yeah,
I hate drafting second just for the total of the last round. Just like sitting here waiting for
annoying
player.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if Diami goes, who we're gonna bank to. Is it you 3 doing it or the 4th? I'll do 1 6-hour shift or 2 shifts each of 3 or 4. I mean, giving the night shift for like 8 hours would be pretty tough. So I would imagine it'd have to be like, and to keep, stagger it to where it's like different groups are with each other. It would probably be like 2 shifts of 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
And like try to just mix it up. So there's always like 2 or 3 people.
Logistics have not been hammered down on this.
Yeah, but that now that he mentioned it, I think it would make more sense to do like each person do 2 shifts at one night shift and 1 during the day. Now, obviously, like the 12 to 4 a.m. shift would be the toughest, regardless. All right, looks like we're getting the 2 highest paid last round picks in Diami Brown and Slayton.
It's a good sign.
Maybe there's someone else, but I just haven't been able to find anyone.
Yeah. Really solid all around the board team. 2 QB, 6 RB, 7 receiver, 3 tight end, 2 elite QB, 1 obviously with massive rushing upside, the other with a rocket arm. Hero RB, but also kind of mixed in some. I wouldn't necessarily call this a hero RB build because I think you got Pacheco.
No, I would call it hero RB.
You think Caleb?
Yeah, because I mean we took them basically in round 7, and I think I think it's a hero RB team.
Okay. And then receiver room stayed pretty balanced throughout.
Yeah.
Had pulled the T Higgins card, so we took him early. And then did he pull a Terry too? Or was T the only one?
Terry was the other day.
Okay. Little Slim Reaper, Judy, and these expensive bottom of the dumpster bin guys in Slayton and Diami. And then unfortunately went Corey's route to start us off at tight end. And got our stack in there and threw in a little Brenton Strange, who got a huge shout out last podcast.
Yeah, he did.
So only natural that we took him there.
Yep.
Ben, we did do last year when we did this, we did have Gus. We had Felix. What's his best ball name? Felix
Castro. He won the DraftKings one a few years ago.
Yeah.
We had who else did we have? We had one of the doctors on.
Dr. Jesse
Controversial.
We had Dr. Jesse Moore.
We did have Jesse Moore's on.
Yeah, we had him on to just talk through some injury stuff. But yeah, I mean, obviously getting more guests is ideal for helping grow the channel and getting other people to tune in. But with that being said, if you guys could or whoever is still tuned in, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, that always helps.
Tell your friends, tell your neighbors.
Yeah, neighbors, knock on your neighbors' doors.
Tell your league. Tell your league.
Nick said he smashed his computer into a million pieces, which is why he's no longer on the show with us.
That's good.
So he
Sure,
will
he'll be
also
back by
need a new
Sunday.
laptop.
Yeah.
He's decent at his job, but I think he's so that's just there's a lot of mixed opinions with him.
Very good.
Appreciate the comments there, Ben.
Yeah, keep it entertaining. Hey, like I said, we enjoy, we keep it lighthearted. We're not like zombies or robots when it comes to this. We're just like, oh no, you're ADP. You don't know what you're talking about. Very, very interchangeable. Actually, this episode we did not argue as much as we usually do. Primarily because Nick was not with us, but yeah. So
yeah, it's the late round, and Nick wasn't here for the late round, so that definitely had a lot to do with it. But I think also interacting with the chat keeps it like to where it's like our picked up, and they're like, all right, we got to hurry up and make a pick here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that team came together nice, and we'll be back on Sunday, same time, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you Sunday.